Okay, I guess we're starting now. Hello everyone, welcome to the Metroid Fusion 90% race. I am Dash the Spice Meme, I will be your commentator for today. Ultra will also be here very shortly. But for now, it's just me. Hi. Alright, so the races for today are monkeySMB as player 1, pollsmor as player 2, and CScottyW as player 3. It's very interesting that Scotty's here because this boy is really good at Fusion.
I think I'm good. Spicy?
Hello.
Hey! Alright, so... You want to explain the category real quick?
Sure thing. So the category for today is any percent, where basically they just get whatever they need to get to clear the game and get out of there.
Sounds about right.
And it really depends on how comfortable the players are with the game, with how much they get. If players like Scotty, who are super familiar with the game, they'll probably go for like low percent strats, but if there's like a new player or a, well, somewhat veteran player, they'll probably get a few extra items just to play it safe, and we are starting the race!
Yeah, apparently.
Alright, so you notice immediately that the game is in Japanese. This is because Adam talks less when the game is in Japanese, so it saves a bit of time.
A lot less text that way.
Yep.
Because in the English
And
version,
Scotty
there's
immediately
a
takes the
lot
lead.
of...
Okay, so this is probably one of the hardest wall jumps in the game. Pear, if you want to explain wall jumping?
Yes, wall jumping is going to be a mechanic that you're going to see a lot until after the fight with Yakuza. Essentially, if you jump onto a wall holding the same direction, you jump into the wall, and then very quickly press the opposite direction and the jump button, then you end up getting a hop off the wall that gives you direction in the opposite direction and upward velocity.
And that room we just saw was essentially tricky because those little platforms, you have to at least be 1 pixel over the ledge in order to wall jump properly off of it.
It's pretty precise, that first room.
Yep. While killing the first horror node of the game, they just immediately leave the room and head back to Adam, who explains what the exercises essentially are. They were essentially food for the Metroids, but now that Samus has Metroid DNA in her body, she can absorb its parasites and just sustain off them.
Essentially, she can absorb them to get energy back as well as missiles. Other power
And missiles are something these players are going to especially need in Sector 1. So, Freddy got to get those green parasites. Alright, this text box is essentially Adam telling, hey, you can get missiles now, head to this data room, and then you go there and you get the missiles.
What's often considered the magic number for missiles at the end of the game is 45. This has to do with certain strats on bosses.
And missiles get progressively harder to use, well, in terms of strats and later on in the game, just because of their delay downgrade, I guess. I believe you can only have 2 missiles on screen at a time. And the delay for the missiles to go at full speed, which they come out, increasingly grows at the better upgrades you get. And it's especially horrible with diffusion missiles. But we'll get to that when we get to that. And we have a blackout. So essentially someone messed with the power cables into place and now the elevators aren't working properly. So now we have to find another way to the first boss.
And there's a little secret exit right there that they use a missile to get out of. Here we're going to see him pick up 2 missile tanks, and these are used for the next boss coming up, Arachnid. Arachnus. Yes.
Essentially what you want to do for Arachnus is pray to God he doesn't do a roly-poly. And just keep blasting him with missiles.
Yes, it's pretty RNG.
And here's something you're going to be seeing called a double missile. Essentially you can place your missiles at a point where they hit the enemy at the same frame. This is especially handy against the Core X's, which we will see in just a moment.
As long as they don't die to Arachnus.
Which they shouldn't.
Usually. People don't usually die to Arachnus, so I don't think any of them got a roll there.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Which is really good RNG for 3 people playing at once.
And pollsmor hitting it with the sweet spot. What the sweet spot is essentially when you open up the Core X, its X parasite is going to fly to a specific spot, and depending on its movement, it's either going to like sling around a bit before it finally centers, or it'll just center immediately. But this is more likely to happen in a place we call the sweet spot, where it'll just move to where it needs to go, and then it just stops, where you can just immediately pick it up and just move on.
The closer you break that Core X to where the X is going to be, then the faster that you can pick it up. I basically just repeated what you said, but...
I think you said it a lot better than I ever could.
Yeah.
And now we go to Sector 1. Now the question is any of these guys going to pick up that one missile?
People usually pick up that missile, yeah. Poll is...
Goes for it. Scotty goes for it.
And there goes Monkey for it. Monkey with a couple.
Monkey. There you go.
So Scotty and pollsmor are almost on the exact same pace, and Monkey is a little bit behind.
A little bit behind. Is he going to open the door? No, he's not. No. So there's a little thing that can happen where you can open the door for the sacks here, and then he'll still blow up the door anyways, as if to say, I don't need your pity. Or he just really hates doors.
Probably hates doors, because there's another one in Sector 2, I believe, and that one gets broken.
Yeah. Alright. We are now moving on to Sector 1. Essentially what's happening here is the X are manipulating the environmental stabilizers to make the environment to their needs in order to rapidly reproduce around the station. And our job in Sector 1 is to get rid of those the X parasites manipulating the stabilizers. Now, in this sector, you want to take as little damage as possible because green parasites are they are guaranteed to spawn off an enemy if your health is at 100%. So no matter what enemy you kill, you'll always get a green parasite, which is something everyone is going to need here.
And if you want to go as fast as possible in this sector, you're going to need a lot of missiles.
Yep. You can just barely scrape by
Scotty
with 25.
With a mistake right there.
Oh no, Scotty.
So pollsmor now takes a narrow lead.
Pretty good lead, yeah. Oh no, pollsmor of the missiles.
Scotty skips the E-tank.
Interesting. And Scotty takes back the lead.
There's an E-tank that you can pick up in that hallway with those operators there, and it's optional.
You don't need to take it, but it does help.
No. Monkey with bad RNG in that hallway there.
Yeah. Those parts could be on any other one of the two of the sides of the hallway. You want to pray that you get none of them on that one side, but you usually shoot down 3 missiles just in case. But if there's more than 3, well, you're getting hit.
Yes. And most of the time, there's going to be 3 or less.
Most of the time.
But in this case, he got 4.
Poor monkey. Oh no. Bad placement.
There is also slight RNG with that X on the vent there. Sometimes it gets in a line, in a cycle, and sometimes you're just not able to hit it when you get there.
But pollsmor barely scraping by with 7 missiles. Usually in this room you would at least want to have 6. Just in case.
Gotta get these super fun doubles in.
Yep. Especially with that tight platform. Oh, and monkey... Not monkey, Scotty.
Scotty now has charge.
Yep. Just a side note, I affectionately call this little trick here downwards double.
Doubles get more difficult as you progress through the game because the more upgrades you get to your missile, the longer the cooldown is between missiles you can shoot, and it gets a bit more difficult to time.
Yep. Up, and monkey pulling ahead of pollsmor. He's catching up.
Interesting. I'm guessing pollsmor missed a double.
Yeah, he did. Now, one thing I should explain about the charge beam is the flare of it. The flare deals an extra, I believe it's an extra 6 damage to your charge shot if you're like really close to an enemy. And this is going to help for the Sector 4 boss, Ceres.
Ceres is one of those bosses known for being pretty RNG. If you get a certain pattern, you're in the clear, but...
Yeah, but some of the other patterns you can like improvise off of. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
As long as you get a 2-cycle Ceres, you don't lose really hardly any time at all.
Yeah.
I guess we'll talk about cycles once we get there.
Yep, we will. And Scotty pulling way ahead.
Not even close. Oh, it's a little close.
Yeah, it's a little bit, but definitely quite a amount away.
So Monkey making a bit of a comeback on pollsmor there.
Yeah.
A bit of a comeback. He's a couple rooms ahead now. So Scotty already on the elevator up to the main...
Yep.
Sorry, you continue the story.
I actually am drawing a blank as to what that text was about.
So am I, so here we are. All we need to know is that they're going to Sector 2 right now.
Yep. I think she was talking more about Adam.
I believe so. The text in the elevator is about Adam, I do recall that.
That's what I remember as well. And now we are in Sector 2. Now don't be deceived by, if you're new to this, don't be deceived by the map what you first see. And the sacks. Oh, the spoopy.
Pretty crazy. Get that zoom in.
Alright. So in this part of the sector we need to get bombs just because of the sacks in case we get trapped by the sacks. But the problem is the data room, in order to get the bombs, is locked by a level 1 security hatch, so we gotta find the security room, get the bombs, and get out.
Even in a casual playthrough, it's not that hard to find. It isn't even in a hidden room.
Yeah, it's not in... It's pretty easy to find. So I kinda got to wonder how much security they put into Sector 2, realistically.
Not a whole lot, evidently.
Yep. And Scotty getting to the security room.
He unlocks
Level 1 hatches.
level 1. Not level 2.
Level 2, Sector 3. But yeah, it would kind of get hard to get confused considering that's the second door you're able to open.
It is a little weird because there are level 0 locks, which are the gray ones.
Yep.
A little odd to think about, but...
But hey, it's game.
That's how it goes. So Scotty is now on his way to get bombs, I believe?
Bombs.
Yes.
And the other two are getting there. Well, Monkey's certainly getting there, but pollsmor, oh, poor pollsmor.
Monkey is downloading now, and pollsmor is just in that couple rooms over, actually.
And bad Zoro placement for Scotty.
Oof.
But the real Zoro placement comes in this room. How will he fare there?
Not great, not bad, though.
Yeah. Well, at least those Zoros weren't directly below him.
It's usually a bad thing.
Yeah. Oh, pollsmor.
Oof.
Alright.
Decent Zoro RNG there for polls.
Yeah. Now, this sector has quite a bit of RNG now I think about it.
The Zoros
Especially
start
the
at
Zoro
one place. A 50-50 shot is whether they go left or right, so... The ones that may or may not be in the way, they're just pretty RNG.
Yep.
Though it really isn't that big of a deal either way for most of them.
Alright, is Scotty gonna try that missile trick? Nope. And this is another place where the third comes in handy for the eye doors. You just kill them in one hit if you stand next to them like that. Alright, now Scotty's at Zazabi. Let's hope he gets good jump RNG.
Zazabi has 4 phases, I believe. Scotty gets good phase 1 RNG. He can jump 0 to 3 times. No. That was really dumb.
0 to 2 times, I believe. Then it's 1 to 3 times in phase 2. 2 to 4 times in phase 3, and just 0 times of wasted jumps on last phase.
Oh, wasted jump, you're saying, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant. I should have said that first.
Yeah.
Oh no, monkey. Scotty getting a good double. Yeah, Scotty got both doubles.
GG's. Alright, he got 2 doubles. That's the game. GG's.
He wins. The stream's over. Monkey with also 2 doubles.
Oh, so this game, or this boss gives you morph jump and high jump.
Which will come incredibly handy.
Yes. Now, Scotty going for sack skip.
Oh, he's going for sack skip.
Sack skip there saves about 8 seconds, if I am correct.
I think that's right.
This particular one is pretty difficult, but...
Yeah. Particularly because the ice beam from the sacks deals 200 damage per hit, but touching the sacks deals 400 damage per hit. So 1 hit, you're gone.
Yes. So
Which
Monkey decides not to go for it.
Probably for the better. I think Scotty's one of the only people I've seen consecutively do that reliably.
Yeah.
Oh, Scotty going for the clip. Oh, no, he's not, actually. Interesting.
pollsmor also elects not to go for sack skip.
Alright. Scotty makes it back to Adam. Unfortunately, with releasing the level 1 locks, that allowed the X to invade Sector 4 along with the Sags, and, well, they're wreaking a lot of havoc there.
Yes, they've taken over Saris, and now Saris X is going ham in there, and Samus is now going in to take care of it.
Yep. And this particular bit of dialogue Samus is having is about the Sags and how dangerous it's going to be. Keep that in mind for later.
Yeah, a little dangerous.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. It's like a fully powered Samus or anything like that.
Alright. As long as Scotty doesn't go right this time, he should be good. And he doesn't, he remembers.
Even still, I've only done that once.
No, that was a different streamer I'm thinking of. I'm sorry, Scotty.
No disrespect or anything. We would never disrespect the world record holder.
Indeed. Monkey doesn't go left or right. Now I'm getting my directions mixed up. Alright, one thing I should explain for that thing this guy did, it was a jump extend. If you shoot a charge shot while you're doing a flip, it'll reset, I believe it's your horizontal speed for a little bit, allowing you to gain a bit of extra distance. However, this is different from the R shooting, which Scotty is doing right now. R shooting does not reset your vertical speed, which essentially you push the missile button, which releases your charge shot mid-flip.
It resets horizontal speed.
Right.
No.
No, vertical is up and
speed.
down. Horizontal.
We both just made the mistake. It resets vertical speed, but not horizontal, so it lets you go further than
Right,
otherwise.
if it reset horizontal, it would,
Yes, now we have it right.
Now we have it right. Okay.
So as you can see, there are the remnants of Ceres in Scotty's stream there.
Samus, as a professional doctor, can simply say that she diagnosed Ceres with the dead.
Indeed. So Scotty is about to go fight Ceres, and as you'll see, he'll set up right here. Ceres always starts off with a certain pattern, and he's just able to shoot Ceres with a charge beam right there.
You want to be careful not to shoot too early there, so you can deal the right amount of damage to get the 2-cycle.
It's a fairly tight window. So he gets the 2-cycle Ceres.
Excellent.
If you don't get full damage on either charge shot, then you have to go with multiple cycles for him, or more than the 2 cycles, which is ideal. And that's never fun.
It's never fun. Especially when you miss all the players.
Yeah, that's not a good time.
We're gonna have a bad time. I proceed to go blue.
Wait. Wait, what's Scotty doing?
Oh, is he going for a Jagger strat? Oh, he's going for a Jagger strat.
I've never seen anybody do this. I'm...
Just watch, just watch. Oh no, wait, what is he doing? Oh, he already did the Jagger strat. Did he? Yeah, he did. I completely missed it. Yeah, Jagger pulled that off in one HDQ, I believe it was, where he like wall jumped off that little water thing we saw earlier, and and Scotty also gets low height.
I did not know that was faster.
It's a little bit faster, just a lot riskier.
It's faster if you do it optimally, I guess.
Yeah.
Pollsmor elects not to go for that, I guess.
Yep. Neither does a monkey.
Okay, and the commentator does not know what was happening there for a second. That's nice. And this is why I was nervous about commentating. Well, Scotty is talking with Adam about having defeated Ceres, and I believe they're about to go in Sector 3 now.
Yes, Sector 3 is next, and this is where we're going to get the super missiles. And one thing you'll see everyone doing is Shine's working out of the door to jump into the elevator. And this also happens when we're jumping to an elevator. This does save a bit of time.
When you have a Shine Spark going, you're not able to go down the elevator. Instead, you crouch to store the Shine Spark. But if you jump beforehand and you hit down when you land, then you're able to go down the elevator on the first tap.
Pollsmor didn't get the low height.
It's not looking great for pollsmor considering he's already a little bit behind.
Poor guy.
Tisk tisk. So pollsmor, or not pollsmor, Scotty already in the sector 3 nav room.
Yep. And essentially, I'm saying, hey, we're gonna lock the level 2 hatches in order to get the super missiles and bring the X here, but who cares? We need this.
We just need the missiles. Who cares about spreading the X?
That's a bit of foreshadowing right there.
The X are about to get everywhere in a minute.
Yep.
Well, in a like 20, they'll be everywhere. Probably a little bit less than that, even.
Depending how everyone does on box.
So Scotty just unlocked level 2 locks, which allowed the X to get into the sector, so now there's a bunch of monsters everywhere.
And in Metroid Fusion, everything does a lot of damage, so you want to be careful.
Especially when you don't have very many tanks.
Yep. Good luck,
He
Scotty.
only has one spare tank, so...
So does Monkey. pollsmor is the only one who's really playing safe.
He's probably just betting on Monkey and Scotty to die at some point, which...
Yep.
On one hand, if they're using the risky strats, then it makes sense, but on the other hand, it's Scotty.
Yep. Also, everyone say hi to Bob. Bob is the name of the missile tank that Scotty just picked up. We call him Bob because there is a strat called Bob Skip, for which we use in 0%.
Gotcha. Okay, I was confused there for a second. I don't pay attention to 0%.
You didn't know this thing was named Bob? Oh.
I didn't know it was named Bob. I knew it was used for the out-of-bounds skip, though.
It's not necessarily used, it's just something to avoid. Oh, Sky doesn't get frame perfect.
Well, Bob skip, anyway.
Yep. Also, one thing I should note here, the trigger for the rumbling that's usually here is 1 pixel in front of the trigger for a box. So you just need to hit the trigger for a box, and you don't need to trigger the rumbling, just run back. And box is right there. And Scotty pulling is really risky.
But
and
he also played
immediately
incredibly well.
Yep. But
Scotty got a really fast box. He keeps having to reach out. It feels bad.
Oh. Yeah, Scotty just always goes for the risky strats.
He is Scotty, after all.
Indeed. Alright, Monkey gets super missiles. pollsmor just gets Bob.
So Samus is now heading to
Sector 6 to get
Scotty is now heading. Yes. The varia suit.
Yep.
Well, actually, they want to go to Sector 5 to get ice missiles, I believe it is, but because of the conditions of the sector, yes. So they're going to Sector 6 to get the varia suit so that they can survive through Sector 5.
And if you're wondering why, for those new to Metroid Fusion, why we can't go to Sector 5 because of cold, seeing as it was never a factor before, Samus is now part Metroid, so she is now extremely vulnerable to cold.
That is a part of the lore. Metroids are very vulnerable to cold.
And here we see some super secret message.
That we can't read because it's in Japanese. Basically, some shady stuff is happening between Adam and... We don't know the other entity, but in hindsight, we'll figure that out.
Oh, pollsmor, he instantly triggered the rumbling.
Move.
But box fight goes really well for him.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Scotty now in Sector 6. Oh, by the way, if you liked X Parasites before, how about Ice X Parasites?
Yes, these guys freeze you and do, like, actual damage because of Samus's lack of
Cold
ability
resistance.
to resist cold. Yes.
So yeah, it just goes to show that the X aren't just dumb little parasites that doesn't infect anything. They actually can strategize.
They're incredibly intelligent and they adapt to whatever weaknesses that they know their enemy has.
But the difference between normal X parasites and ice X parasites is your shot can stun them for a little bit.
Yes, that can happen. You just had to confirm that.
Alright. And Scotty making it to the E-Tank, yep. Alright, Scotty pretty much has this in the bag with those two E-Tanks. But, again, it's too soon to say, but I think he's got this.
There's always a possibility if he gets some bad luck in a few places.
That's true.
Get pretty low. That's the thing with Fusion. It's never a guarantee that you're going to make it all the way through.
Especially when the enemies deal a lot of damage.
Yeah. Because Nightmare on low health can be...
a nightmare.
Indeed.
And, the final Omega fight can be a little bit rough to fight through as well, quickly.
And Scotty making it to the Mega Core X.
This Mega Core X is going to be what has the varia suit that Samus needs to go to Sector 5.
And now with the fact that we have Supers, doubles are a little more difficult to deal with.
Because of that increased cooldown that I mentioned earlier.
Yep.
Scotty with a very good Mega Core.
Indeed. Oh, I think he got a double there.
Might have gotten another one.
There we go. And Scotty clearing Mega Core X.
So because Scotty has the varia suit, which gives him resistance to cold, he can now absorb those X parasites. Those X viruses, I should say.
Yep.
So they are no longer an obstacle to him. And now he can also go to Sector 5 because of that varia suit that he needed.
Yep. Now the X, something interesting here, the X is going to chase Samus for a little bit, but then they start realizing, oh wait, she can get us now, and then they start running away.
Which is a really good bit of detailing on the developer's part, honestly.
Yep.
To show that they do have that very quick adaptability. It's a neat little detail that I liked.
And pollsmor at the sacks.
So this particular sack skip I didn't mention earlier, it's pretty simple to do. Even a pretty low-end runner of the game can do it without much...
Yeah, it's really easy, not much issue here. And Monkey getting varia suit. Might want to save those missiles, pollsmor. Alright, Scotty making it back to Adam, heading on to Sector 5.
To pick up those ice missiles that they need. Now, Sector 5 is often considered to be a little bit rough to go through because you have to go through a lot of the same area twice, and sometimes runners forget to go back that second time to pick up the ice missiles.
Yep. Then, when they realize that they have to run back, get to the data room, and take another alternative route to get out of Sector 5, then that just costs a whole bunch of time.
And at that point, it's just a reset, almost guaranteed.
Oh, Monkey going for an extra missile tank. Interesting.
I would be more concerned about the fact that he didn't place the bomb when he entered the room. That's what most people do.
Yeah. Alright, Scotty at Sector 5. Basically, Adam's just saying, hey, you know the drill, you need to find the level 3 hatches, unlock them, then get to the data room, get the ice missiles, and get out.
Which is why you have to go through the same loop twice. Because of initially, the door to the missiles are locked, and then just the way that the rooms progress. Pollsmor a little bit slow before the missiles there.
Yep.
That's another thing about this game that's pretty RNG, that puffer pattern.
Yeah.
Oh, the puffer patterns, man.
Oh, the puffin patterns. Let's say if they're in the bad place, they really ruin your day.
They really can do a lot. They spawn in one spot, and they have one of 4 directional, or diagonal directions that they can go.
Which can be quite something if they
And
decide to go
there's-
against you.
Yes, there's like 5 or 6 of them that are in your way throughout the run, and all of them are able to be in your way, and all of them are able to not be in your way. Just a matter of getting more of them to not.
Yep. You can't manipulate them in any way, shape, or form. They just do.
Purely orange.
Yep. And this guy should be heading up to the data room right now. Yep.
Yes.
Not data room, security room. What am I thinking?
Scotty just unlocks the locks that are locking the ice missiles from before, so now he's going to go back up and over to get the missiles.
If he remembers.
Yes. We will see how that goes.
We will see. Alright.
He remembered.
Yep, he remembered.
It's always
Yeah,
great to
Scotty.
see it's always great to see speedrunners forget to do something like that. Just adds a bit of humility to everything.
Yep. And pollsmor finally makes it to Sector 5.
Just had to condescendingly throw the word finally in there, huh?
Sorry, pollsmor.
No disrespect or nothing.
Alright, one thing people forget a lot of times about this room is that they just unknowingly get the X parasite without thinking for casual players. But you need that X parasite to infect the little nest thing over there in order to get the proper platform to speed boost.
Yes. You have to kill the first crab,
Which has
and the X reforms into another crab, then you have to kill that crab, and then the X goes and takes over that little stretchy there.
And the problem with the second parasite, as I just mentioned, is it doesn't have invincibility frames. Ooh, whatever
take
could
it up.
that thing be in the background? Very spoopy.
Is that a bit of foreshadowing I'm seeing?
Maybe. Oh, it's time.
Time for the emergency in Sector 3 spam in chat.
Yep. So everyone in chat for this particular section, you want to spam emergency in Franker Z. For this section only.
So basically, Samus has now gotten a notification from the entire ship that Sector 3 is going into meltdown and could basically destroy the entire ship. We'll see in a minute what's causing that. It's pretty obvious, the X, but...
Okay. Hey, pollsmor remembered.
For that matter, I think Monkey did as well.
Yep. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Alright. So this blue room right here, you want to hold up on the ladders just so the fireballs don't knock you off and you fall into lava. That would be bad.
Yes. Because then you would lose a lot of time doing that, having to recover.
Yep. Now, ice missile use here can be pretty risky if you're an experienced veteran, because of how enemy placement is. But if you know what you're doing, you should be fine. You won't get hurt too much.
For the most part, the path going into meltdown can be pretty rough for people that don't know what they're going through.
Yep. Oh, Scotty getting the right enemy placement.
We'll see if Scotty gets those doubles.
Yep.
He did. Got both of
Yeah.
them.
Very nice, Scotty.
So Scotty ends with a 435 on the meltdown. Well, it's gonna be like 433 after he gets the.
That's essentially
After he kills
435.
I usually look at it after you kill the
Beat
X
boss.
and you get that purple text. Yeah. So if you notice right there, the thing that was causing the meltdown was actually a person.
Well, next imitating a person, but still kind of a person, I guess.
I was about to get to that. Basically, it's just showing that the X has the ability to absorb the knowledge of pretty much anything that it takes over.
Which is how they get their intelligence.
And that's how they knew how to take control of that
Well, how to use the ice
water
to their-
boiler it is.
And probably how to use the ice to their advantage when you think about it.
Monkey also gets both doubles and ends with a 434.
Very nice, very nice.
Very good meltdowns from both Scotty and Monkey.
Let's see how pollsmor does now.
Okay, so Scotty just got to the net room. Yeah. And he's
pollsmor
getting
did
she's getting a notification from Adam that there has been some form of life detected in the main deck, and she's going to investigate that now.
also pollsmor with poor enemy placement.
Mm-hmm.
To not get the ideal pattern. So in the room before the boss room, you want the little jumpers over there to be in a specific way where you can jump off them into immediately to the boss door.
Sometimes they don't line up like that.
And it can be annoying when it does.
Yes. Especially considering you can't really tell beforehand, so you have to go back out of your way to fix it.
And Scotty making it up the elevator. Huh, doesn't like that.
I did not know that was a strat.
Me either.
It's obviously pretty advanced.
Yep.
And Scotty gets that Shine Spark in. There's a 1-frame input that you can have there to store that Shine Spark, and Scotty got it. It's useful for in the very next room, because without that Shine Spark, it's a pain to get up. He also gets very good
Scotty
animal
with
RNG.
fantastic animal placement.
Oh my god!
So those animals will be anywhere within the background of that place, and sometimes they'll be nice and just go to the door, but most of the time, they're just going to be all over the place.
There's at least one of them that's a pretty good distance.
But Scotty just managed to get them all out.
And that was... The purple text had barely gone away before they were all out there. That was amazing.
And just for context, that is the first time I've ever seen that happen.
I haven't had it happen to me either. Well, that's... Yeah. Does not happen often at all.
Not at all.
I forgot to mention, the end of that meltdown section usually indicates that you're about halfway through the run.
So yeah, once you get through that meltdown section, you're pretty good to go.
Monkey also gets the 1-frame Shine Spark.
Yay, monkey! Let's hope he gets good animal placement.
Nope.
Not so much.
That's really bad. Oof.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens, because if there's 5 of them, you need all of them to be close to the door. And all 5 of them have to come out before you get to the next section of the game.
Yep. And sometimes the animals just decide not to come out until they want to.
They're playing hide and seek, and then you just decide, oh, I give up! Come on out. And then they wait another couple seconds.
Pollsmor playing it safe. Oh, Pollsmor also gets one trade.
Yes, they all did. At this point, Pollsmor is probably just hoping that Scotty and Monkey both die at some point.
And we're back to Sector 5 to get the power bombs.
I've actually gotten a soft lock in that animal room there. Samus simply looked down and left instead of looking back to the right, and she just stayed there. Wasn't a good run, too.
Oh. So I guess that can happen, huh?
I don't know, I was confused at the time.
Huh.
Anyway, so Scotty now has power bombs, which means he's going to take a slightly different route than he did before.
Yep.
And it deviates right here.
I think this is like supposed to be a guaranteed Sax encounter. Like you have to get caught no matter what.
Yeah.
So you kind of just want to let the power bomb loose immediately, so you don't have to wait so long. So the Sax can be in a good placement.
Yeah. Sax isn't usually a very big problem there either. It's like the 2 spots in the game where it's not an issue.
Yeah.
There's a spot a little bit later into the game where if you get caught on something, the Sax is pretty much going to kill you. And that's going to be after Yakuza.
Alas, there's not going to be another emergency, so nobody used the Franker's Z thing.
Rips. So Scotty is now on his way out of Sector 5. I don't recall where you go from here. I think you go back to
I think this is
ship.
the Yakuza fight. Yeah, it's Yakuza.
Yeah. So right now he's going back to his ship.
And Pollsmor is also at not Pollsmor, Monkey is at the Sax counter. And manages to get through no problems. Oh no. The power went out.
It's dark and spoopy now.
What's even more,
here's another bit of foreshadowing with Ridley.
also, you have to put the bomb on his eye. That's just a must. All right, this.
Yes.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, Scotty. But he manages to get through just fine. So that room can be a bit of a pain because you need to speed boost your way through in order to get the optimal time. But the problem is, those guys that you saw on the ceiling were dropping a little goop all over the place, which can hit you and hit you out of your thing. And this little text right here is just Adam saying, hey, you need to find out the cause of the blackout, and oh hey, there are animals here. Sweet, we have pets now.
It's like, hey, I checked them. They seem fine to me. So now because of that power bomb that Scotty placed on the bottom there, it broke those blocks, and now he's able to go through here a bit faster.
Yep. Also, these space pirates are a lot stronger than the space pirates we saw earlier.
Yeah, the enemies in this game get stronger as Samus progresses through the game, both story-wise and upgrade-wise. Mostly story-wise.
Not to mention later on we'll see the X manipulating genetics to make them have things they shouldn't, like fins.
Yes. The X also evolve incredibly quickly.
Now Yakuza was never really mentioned. He's not the source of the blackout. It's just Yakuza is a spider, so he's an ungodly abomination that needs to be purged from the earth.
As all spiders are. So Yakuza is known as a bit of a meme in the community. His first phase is very RNG. He gets pretty frustrating for top tier runners. Scotty gets a 2 phase, which is not that bad.
Nice. And now that Scotty has space jump, he can no longer wall jump, which is a thing.
Wall jumping is no longer a thing, and he can now jump infinitely.
And I mean, it kind of makes sense. Why do sweet flips off a wall when you just do sweet flips everywhere?
I don't know. When you can just like do 100 times jump and like double jumping is awesome, but this is like infinite.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
He needs to get those sweet zoomer flips.
So now here's going to be that SAX section that I mentioned earlier.
Yep.
Essentially, you get trapped in a room with the SAX, it discovers you, and you have to escape.
And if you play this part poorly, this axe is just going to kill you.
It's... especially considering that the Sax has the ice beam and it can freeze you, and then you're basically one tap after that.
Yep. Oh, and Scotty just getting out of there. Normally you're supposed to go into another room and hide in like a little section or something.
Scotty does not go for the room flip right there. Quick note. There's a glitch in that room that Scotty was just in where you can take one of those key hunters and a wall, and if you position yourself correctly, you can clip into the wall, and you can fly upwards, which allows you to skip about 30 seconds in RTA runs.
Interesting. Oh, and here is Plant Boy. Perry, you want to explain Plant Boy?
Yes, here you can see that the flower above Samus is shooting a spore, but there's also a flower on the left side of the screen. Now, at a certain point, you get out of render distance for that flower on the left, and once you get out of that distance, it no longer shoots spores at you. Well, it just so happens that the very far right of that platform happens to be at that optimal distance. So basically, that plant does not shoot spores at you, and you can shoot at the actual body of Nethery without any hitch whatsoever.
Which is good, because first time I ever did Nethery, that plant was a pain.
It is a pain if you're not lined up.
Oh no, Monkey. This axe is dangerously close to Monkey right now.
Oh, boy,
no!
Monkey making mistakes!
Monkey! Monkey! Monkey!
Oh boy!
No.
Monkey just making it out of there. That could have been really bad.
That could have been horrible.
Monkey also likes not to go for that clip.
Alright. Monkey getting up to Nethery now. Oh, is this the... I think this is the nightmare fight coming up.
I believe so, yes. I was trying to remember what was happening. Scotty right now is going to Sector 5 because that little shadow in the background earlier is doing a lot of damage, and that happens to be the nightmare fight that's coming up.
He's been a very naughty boy.
Rumor around is that he's able to destroy the entire ship if he wants to.
So, just a little bit of a problem.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Want to make sure that doesn't get out of control.
Just a little maintenance that you gotta do in there. A little pest control.
Yep. And pollsmor catching up to Notori. Or Netari. Sorry, Notori is a Toho character.
Just slightly different pronunciation.
Just slightly different.
And this is why you want to pick up 45 missiles, by the way, because you can just absolutely spam Netari right there. And then still have a few missiles left over for this Corex that pollsmor is fighting now.
And pollsmor with the sweet spot.
So Scotty on his way to fight Nightmare.
Is he gonna get the E-Tank? Nope.
He's not about to go for the E-Tank. So Scotty going to Nightmare with 3 E-Tanks. I usually have like 6 at this point, so... 5 or 6.
Now, if you're new to Metroid Fusion, Nightmare is certainly something.
It's an incredibly difficult boss for new players.
We never explained Plasma Beam.
We did not.
So Plasma Beam does damage per frame it's connected with the enemy. So the longer it's connected to an enemy, the more damage it's going to do. Unfortunately, Nightmare's face does not have a lot of... just immediately dissipates the Plasma Beam, so you're not able to get a lot of frames for the Plasma Beam.
Correct.
But if you place your Plasma Beam just right, especially for the later bosses, it does a lot of damage to them.
Yeah, so Scotty just got the gravity suit from Nightmare, so now he can pretty much just run through water without any issue. It'll be like the water isn't even there. We'll see that happen in a sec. Hey look, he's wading through water without waiting.
And alright, here are some boys that get fins later.
Yes, you can see that the space pirate there had fins, which basically indicates that the X are evolving to change their form incredibly quickly.
But it's just, slightly terrifying. They could give spiders wings.
Yeah. A little scary.
Be enough to wipe out humanity.
So what a lot of people don't realize about the Metroid series is that the Metroids are not the threat of the universe. The X was, which is why the Metroids were created by the Galactic Federation in the first place.
No, the Metroids were created by the Chozo.
The Chozo, God.
We'll see later what the Galactic Federation plan to do. And...
could it possibly be that they're a big bad government?
What? How can this be?
I've never heard that trope used before.
And Monkey getting to the second phase of Nightmare.
The second phase of Nightmare only goes in... it goes in a minimum of 2 cycles. It would be absolutely great if we'd be able to 1 cycle it, but that's just not possible.
Yep. And one thing I think I should mention about the second phase, I think when Nightmare goes into his little flying around phase, I think he follows like a certain point and just circles around it, trying to hit Samus as he closes in.
Yes. He doesn't do anything specific, but there is kind of a pattern that you learn a little bit as you go.
And you can, as you do the fight more and more, you'll learn how to manipulate Nightmare's movement a little easier, so you can avoid getting hit. But since we have a lot of health, it's not really too much of an issue.
It is very easy. He is very easy to get hit by, though.
Yeah. And Scotty goes for diffusion missiles.
Those diffusion missiles do exactly what just was shown on the screen. It just shows a little diffusion from the missile of ice, and so you have to use it on those guys to freeze them so you can go through that little corridor.
And pollsmor getting gravity suit. And now we head back to Sector 6 because now the spider robot we saw earlier is still a spider bot. And as we stated before, all spiders need to be purged from the universe no matter what they may be made of.
If it has 8 legs, you get rid of it.
Uh-oh. You're cut out.
I cut out?
Yeah, you cut out.
Oh. I said if it has 8 legs...
Get rid of it.
Yep. If it has legs and 8 eyes, though, might want to consider more than just getting rid of it.
You need an exorcist at that point.
God forbid it starts talking.
Or jumping infinitely.
Yep.
There's that puffin pattern, man.
Yep.
Scotty just got hit by the puffer.
Twice now.
Yep.
And pollsmor getting the Sector 4 lock. And now Scotty at the secret section.
The Galactic Federation does not want you to go here. Because apparently when somebody they don't want goes to this section, then the entire ship erupts into no entry without authorization. The entire ship goes through with that. Although you can't go through the rest of the ship at this point, so we don't actually know that. But every other room does have that blasting out.
Oh, Scotty doing an electric water fight. Oh no, just setting up, I guess. Which is actually alright, considering what the boss can do in this fight, considering the ceiling's a lot lower than before. If you're not careful, the box will hit you, and you will fall into the water, and you will get hit by the box, which deals a lot of damage. And at this point, doubles are just a no-go because of diffusion.
After the ship section, the phase 2 of the box is probably my best, honestly, of all the bosses.
And pollsmor getting diffusion.
He's just now leaving Sector 4, and Scotty is just now going into the secret sector.
Top 10 things the Galactic Federation doesn't want you to see.
The Twilight Zone theme kicks on.
Maybe. Is this why Sector 1 looks so much like SR388?
Because that was the Metroid's original home?
No, it couldn't be.
Very interesting. Nah, it sounds like a coincidence to me.
Totally.
It's a little coincidence. It's not like they're breeding Metroid secretly or anything.
Or, anything like that. Oh, look, it's totally a scene that Metroid Other M didn't rip off.
Nope.
Not in any way, shape, or form.
Just... I think most people just kind of ignore that game's existence. I don't blame them.
Me either. And now, Adam is scolding Samus for being a very, very naughty girl.
You shouldn't have done that, Samus. You may have to pay the price for that.
Very soon.
And Monkey now at the box fight.
So Samus is now just kind of roaming around, gonna try and get her way out of the area that she's in, but on the way, she's gonna find a boss fight with some very subtle audio cues.
Very subtle. You want to turn up, for those of you new to the game, you want to turn up your audio all the way just to really hear them.
Just very loud. Need it as loud as possible.
Indeed.
And even at max volume, it's pretty difficult to hear. Unfortunately, we won't be able to hear it in stream just yet because we're listening to pollsmor audio right now.
Yeah. Well, once pollsmor get there, you'll understand everything.
Yes.
By the way, there was that no entry without authorization thing we were talking about earlier. And these golden pirates right here. An interesting trick with them is you don't need to be facing the opposite side of them in order to get a good hit on them. You just need to be facing away from them, because that's what the game checks for. I guess?
Essentially, you need to shoot a full charge beam, then look away really quickly.
No, the game checks if you're looking at their back. Looking in the same direction as their back. That's what it is.
Yes.
Oh, Scott, he misses the eye. And again, we mentioned that plasma beam does damage per frame that it hits the enemy. This is especially handy in this fight right here.
Against
Although Scotty's not really doing the strategy I know for this.
He's pretty much doing what I do, just spam and hope for the best.
And I believe Ridley's tail still does damage while he's flailing about in this fight.
It does. I've had to learn that the hard way.
Ouch.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
And Scotty gets screw attack.
Entry without authorization.
So he can basically just... He's OP now.
No entry without
Don't kill any rippers. Hey, no ripper deaths.
That's all that really matters in this game. Just don't kill the rippers right there.
Oh, they're just doing their thing. They don't even try to hurt you.
They're just living life. Going back and forth. In the same room.
fire alert. This sector will soon be locked down. 60 seconds to isolation.
Now it is interesting to see in that scene that pollsmor was just dealing with, that even though you just entered the room, which has been the sec's biggest priority to take care of, it is not focused on you, but rather focused on the Metroids. That's a bit more for the lore side, but it's an interesting detail nonetheless.
Yep, and something that'll come into play later.
A little bit.
A monkey just rolling through the acid.
That is the strat.
Rolling your way through everything. Where is Scotty going?
He's going to the Sector 1 nav room.
Oh yeah. It looks like he was going somewhere else.
I don't know where you would have thought he was going. It is kind of weird to just see a room full of lava in Sector 1.
Yeah. But then again, there were those whole lava pits in Metroid 2. So I guess it's not completely out of place, but you really don't expect to see it like that.
Yeah. So Samus is now being told, like, hey, stay put, the Galactic Federation is gonna come get you so that they can isolate the X and do something, I guess.
And Samus is saying they're going to die if this happens. I need to blow up the ship to prevent that from happening.
And then this is actually, if you could read it, it's actually pretty good for character development, because Adam actually is like, hey, you know that thing with the Galactic Federation? Maybe that's not such a good idea. Samus, blow the whole thing into smithereens.
But don't just blow the whole thing into smithereens. Blow the planet up where the X came from into smithereens too.
Yes, that's also a thing. It drops onto the home planet of the X.
Oh,
See, as you can hear,
Oh,
yes. Listen to those subtle audio cues.
and pollsmor getting the power bomb on the eye.
Impressive stuff.
Not just a bomb, he had to go overkill and use a power bomb. My applause to you, pollsmor.
I'm impressed that he's even hearing these incredibly important and vital to the fight audio cues.
I know, right? Usually you really can't hear them at all.
Not in the slightest. It's like the X afterwards is even louder. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Anyway, so Scotty heading up to the main deck, and he's about to basically take on the final boss of the game. But then the game does a twist, which we'll see in a bit.
Yep. Oh, suppose we're gonna hit any rippers? No. Oh no, pollsmor, he hit a ripper.
Run over, man.
Runs over, reset.
So Monkey is now on his way to the Sector 1 nav room, as we speak.
Yep. Or he's essentially going to get the same message.
Yeah. Pixel by pixel, the same message.
Well, I know it's the same type of game, so I'd imagine to be at least a little bit the same.
I would hope so.
Up and Scotty fighting the Sax. Remember how invincible the Sax was before? Don't blink.
Yeah. Oh, dead.
Diagnosed you with the dead. Oh wait.
Just instant death. So Scotty trying to get doubles now. Can he get all three? He does.
Woo!
So Scotty gets in all three doubles.
Fantastic stuff from Scotty.
There's Monkey getting that message about the
Yep.
Galactic Federation and you done and messed up. So Scotty is now in the very final phase of the game. He's attempting, or Samus is attempting to escape the ship now that she just put it into a self-destruct sequence. And it's also going to plow into the home planet for the X.
Yep, she's essentially using the Joestar secret technique.
Yes. He's pulling the ultimate yeet, if you will.
Indeed. Oh, and he managed to get through that section pretty well. But let's see how he handles that room. This room was pretty difficult to flip down. Managed to get through it pretty well, actually. I'm not even thinking of a different room. My bad.
This room, you mean? Oh, never mind.
No. No, I was thinking of another room. Oh, did he get low height?
He did get low height.
Scotty got low height!
Basically, if you get a
Is he gonna
very
do pogo,
precise
though?
trick there...
No, he's not going to do pogo. Oh, Scotty, you're so far ahead. You should have done pogo. Oh, no. Scotty,
here's
here's low health. Whatever shall he do?
What will do? Oh no, it's the Sax. He's gotta fight the Sax again. Oh, what's this? Whoa! That's another X.
I guess I'll take it.
Oh,
Free health.
This is the twist that I referenced earlier.
That's a little
The
different.
Sax is
Okay.
not actually the final fight. This Omega Metroid is, and now the Omega Metroid is dead, and Scotty is about to finish the game.
Yep.
And make very good time at that.
Yeah. Wasn't the world record like 113 or something?
It's like a 112. But the world record, I think, is a
Is that a new world
114. Scotty?
Scotty, what did you do? Scotty!
I doubt it was in the record, but like... I haven't seen a run that was a 111.
111.46 for Scotty. Did he just set another world record?
I think that's an RTA record. Am I dumb?
I don't know.
That would
Am
be
I
an
dumb?
RTA record by like a minute. I don't... Okay. Calm down. I don't know what's happening exactly.
Me either.
Even though I'm commentating.
Honestly, I think I'm just as lost as you. And Monkey activating the self-destruct sequence.
So now Scotty's got to go through like the 3 to 5 minutes of text and then 2 minutes of credits, and then we'll get his final in-game time. There is not seconds in this in-game time. It goes to the minute. Which...
Oh, right. One thing we definitely should have mentioned before is that in-game time only counts the time Samus is on screen. So when there's like atom text or door transitions, the game will count your time.
Correct. Monkey getting a little caught up.
Yep.
Oh, look at the little animals. They saved Samus.
Which is why you probably should save the animals in your casual plays.
Roll credits.
So GG, Scotty.
Very good place from Scotty, and it looks like Monkey is coming up to a nice second, and pollsmor coming in last.
Well, unless Monkey dies.
Unless which is actually a pretty good possibility when it comes to the Omega Metroid.
The Omega, if you get caught, it's not good.
Oh wait, if
Every swipe is an energy saving.
I don't think anyone's safety saved.
Nobody safety saved, not one person. I don't think anybody's saved at any point, except for the ship, which you have to.
Yep, that's just. Oh no, Monkey got the.
Monkey with an even better Omega than Scotty.
I thought Scotty's was a little better.
Well, if you look at the timer, I think Scotty was like a half second after that. Not much at all, but still.
You know, everything counts when you're a speedrunner, I guess. And Monkey coming in at 1:14.22. Hey, pollsmor with a low high. Pollsmor, give us Pogo. Oh, no, no Pogo.
Oh my god, they all got low. They're all gonna do a 1 HP clutch. I wonder how.
I wonder how this could possibly happen.
Who knows?
Oh, pollsmor's audio is muted. Well, then again, the thing is practically over, so yeah. Oh, Scotty's in-game time is coming up.
Here comes Scotty's time. I'm willing to bet it's like a 46 or better. I'd
Well,
probably
we'll
say
see.
45, honestly. That was a very good run from Scotty.
It was a very good run. Clear time?
44!
44!
God damn. Jeez, dude. Sorry, no, I'm not allowed to swear, but...
That, you know, that just came out.
Jeez, Scott.
GG's.
Jeez. So that's a tied world record, but it's his own record he just tied, so...
Okay.
Well, GG's to everybody involved. Scotty came in first by a pretty wide margin.
Yep. Monkey came
comes
in second,
then-
and
yes.
pollsmor with a minute last.
All are respectable times.
Indeed.
Considering my PB in-game is a 59. It's a little bit of a difference.
You know, just a little bit.
Slightly. It'd be great if the Nintendo allowed us to skip these credits, but nah.
Now you gotta know the names of everybody.
Every single time you play through this game. The credits themselves, not even the text box, are 2 minutes. So if you do 50 playthroughs, which is not very much considering you're sitting there for almost 2 hours already.
Yeah. But that's only if you're playing like 50 times a day. If you well,
Not a day. You can't even get in 50 runs a day. It's not even possible.
not impossible.
Not even close.
Don't underestimate them. Scotty will find a way.
Yeah. You find a certain code that allows you to just speed through the credits. So, am I done, or was that an RTA record, or... I don't know. So probably a 47 from Monkey, is my guess.
Grand reveal from Monkey.
46.
46. Very
Good
nice.
stuff. Good stuff nonetheless.
Indeed.
So pollsmor's time going to be coming in about a minute now.
Yep. So I guess while we're waiting, we should do kind of an outro.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone so much for watching. Thanks everyone for so much for watching the Metroid Fusion 80% race. I am Dusty Spicy Me.
I am Ultra Pair. Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you all in the next race.
Hold on for interview. Oh, that's from the Discord. Never mind.
Okay.
So pollsmor's time's coming in now. Might be a 48. Just barely. It's borderline 47.
I'm hoping the best for Polmore. I hope he's got a 47 or 46.
Might be a 46. 47.
Yay, 47!
Well, GG's to everybody involved.
Indeed.
So are we staying in the VC for interview with the runners? One sec. Sorry, streamer, just kind of winging it a little bit. There's
Hello?
Scotty.
Oh, there is a Scotty.
We hear you, Scott.
Oh, there we go. Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Yes. This is Scotty, guys. If you couldn't tell.
Yes, hello, I'm Scotty.
So, real quick, Scotty, was that an RTA record or?
Yes, that was an RTA record by about a minute.
My!
Oh
Jesus!
my! Scotty again with
Wow.
the records.
It was a really good run. I got excellent RNG.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
animals, dude.
Yeah,
Those animals.
yeah.
Oh, there is a monkey.
Hello.
Well,
Now
I am honored
for the
to
icy
be-
pull picks.
So, just casually gonna skip over the rest of the 12. Just go straight to 111, okay? Jesus.
Well, those 112 splits were kind of old. They're like a year old.
Still.
Our
And
first
I
commentary,
don't-
man. You just gotta go do a world record on us like that.
Yeah, I don't normally run on JP, so
Yeah, and usually
I
not.
mean, I guess.
yeah.
You're insane, Scotty.
Thank you.
You do very good, son. Very good.
For your first time commentating, you did pretty well. I was listening to like the first half of it before I dipped out to focus on the run.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Before you just had to casually get a record there?
You know, as you do.
Yeah. Sorry to be ignoring you like this, Monkey. You played very well as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good run.
Yeah, I mean,
Gladly take it.
you got a 46.
Yeah, finally on JP.
Is that a PB?
Yeah. Yeah, by 20 seconds RTA.
Nice.
Nice.
So we got a PB and an RTA world record. Okay.
It's a pretty good race overall, except pollsmor who got kind of.
Okay, well, let's cut the guy some slack. I was going in on him for a little bit for that. He was having a little bit for a monkey pulled ahead.
Never
Ruth
cut
there,
pollsmor slack.
I would definitely say that added to the race.
Yeah. Pollsmor caught up in a few spots.
Yeah. But Monkey, one thing I have to say, that sax moment there in Sector 2,
Oh.
not the first one, that was kind of close, wasn't it?
In Sector 2. Oh, yeah!
After Yakuza.
I haven't played that section in, like, months. So I kind of forgot how to do it. So that
would explain it.
pretty scary.
Alright, that would help.
That tests us a
Or
little bit as
contribute to
well.
that.
So are we waiting on Pollsmor as well, or is he
Nah,
not coming?
Pollsmor
No.
isn't joining us.
Okay, doesn't want to reveal the voice yet, does he?
Unfortunate.
Anything else you want to ask, Bear?
I don't think so, no. Just GG's to everybody.
Yeah, GG Monkey and Pulse.
Yeah, GG's. Congrats again on record.
Yeah,
It was dope.
thank you.
Just again, just casually setting records as you do.
Like, a lot of it didn't even feel like a spectacular run, but it was. I don't know.
Especially the animals. Just the animals decided, let's give it to this guy.
The RNG definitely helped with it.
Yeah.
Movement was actually pretty solid.
Alright,
Yeah.
guess we gotta hop on out of here because we got a challenge percent
Yep.
by whale
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
up. Don't want to hold that up because we're already a little behind schedule. But yeah,
Yep.
thanks everyone for watching.
See everyone later.
Bye bye.
Be sure to stick around for more
Yeah.
runs.
I am happy to have done this.